Kia ora, good afternoon and welcome into the Ricoh Sports Centre at Fraser Park in Lower Hutt. Just, I suppose you'd call it slightly northeast of New Zealand's capital for this game between the Wellington Phoenix and Cashmere Technical in the National League Central Southern Series. It's great to be with you. The weather hasn't particularly played ball, unfortunately, with a fairly brisk northerly blowing towards us here in the commentary position from the grandstand on the far side towards us, and rain sweeping across the ground at the moment. Luckily, we are under some sort of cover. Jesse Rawlings is alongside. Jesse, interesting matchup coming between these two sides, the Wellington Phoenix reserve side, of course, and Cashmere Tech. The Phoenix without a win so far, Cash Tech with a win and a loss. What are we hoping to see this afternoon? Yeah,
I think it'll be a competitive game, Piney. As you mentioned, Cashmere Technical, two really tight games that have been decided late on to start their season, and for the Phoenix reserves, two even games against the top two teams in the league in Olympic and Miramar. So should be a good even contest today, and as you mentioned, the weather, they say all good things come to an end. It's been beautiful this week in Lower Hutt, and just decided to turn on us today, so that might play a wee bit of a factor, but on this turf I think it'll suit both teams in terms of their passing game.
Let's look at the Wellington Phoenix side first of all for this one. Three changes to the side that played last weekend. In come Henry Gray in goal, Marco Lorenz in central defence, and it's a debut all for Charlie Beale in 11. Out go Kelly Heald, Hughes and Nguyen. That is the side that's going to take to the field today. Guys to watch out for: Oscar Van Hattem, who scored all four of the Phoenix's goals so far this season, Lewis Toomey and Henry Hamilton also likely to be heavily involved. Let's hear now from the coach of the Wellington Phoenix side, Chris Greenacre. All right, Chris, well, a couple of losses to start the season. Do you feel as though a result is close, though, for this side?
Yeah, I'm more than pleased with the amount of chances that we're creating in both of the games. I think that's been really, really positive from the guys. They've showed a lot of leadership as well, because a couple of times we've gone behind in games and we've showed that character to get back in and still create opportunities. And I think in all the games we've finished quite strongly, so hopefully that's something we can build on.
A couple of changes in the outfield today. The rationale behind that?
Just to give other boys another go. Charlie Beale's been close to contention for 2 weeks now, and I think it's really time for him to step up and show what he can do. He's an exciting young talent, and I think it'll be great to see him, making his National League debut. So we'll look forward to see what he brings, and again, hopefully more of the same from the rest of the boys.
Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
That's Chris Greenacre, coach of the Wellington Phoenix side. Of course, has been heavily involved with the A-League side as a player and a coach. Here's Cashmere Technical's side this afternoon, unchanged from the team that won last weekend and rather lost last weekend in a late goal against Western Suburbs. But as far as the team is concerned, Garvin Coughlin, of course, in 10 there, a highly experienced striker. A lot of the play likely to go through him. He's supported up front by the Japanese player Yuya Taguchi and also youngster Declan Tyndall, who looking forward to seeing a bit more of. Tom Schwartz, of course, anchors things at the back as far as Cashmere Technical are concerned. Let's hear from his twin brother, the coach of the side, Dan Schwartz.
Cool. I'm here with head coach of Cashmere Technical, Dan Schwartz. And Dan, a couple of tight results to start the season. What are you looking forward to this week?
Much of the same. Yeah, we expect this level, the top level in New Zealand, to be tight games, and we can see that there's a lot of evenly matched teams, and it's getting down to fitness as well as technical ability in games. So, yeah, we expect the same today.
Awesome, and obviously coming up against a young Phoenix team, you guys are playing a pretty similar lineup to previous weeks. What's the thought behind that?
We did really well last week, so we're keeping the team as it was. We're an experienced bunch. We're a bit older in the tooth than some of these teams, so hopefully experience can do us a bit of do well for us today.
Awesome, mate. Good luck today.
Cheers, thank you.
Dan Schwartz, a bit of a character around Christchurch footballing circles, Jess?
Yeah, he sure is. He's been around a long time. He's one of three people who have played 200 games for Cashmere Technical alongside his brother Tom and goalkeeper Danny Knight. So he's been around a long time, Dan, and it's his first season as the head coach of the team. He's done a good job this season. So yeah, but definitely one of the characters of the game in Christchurch.
The games we've had so far this weekend, a couple of thrillers. A 4-4 draw yesterday, incident-packed between Miramar Rangers and Wellington Olympic. The game was 2-2 after 88 minutes with another 4 goals in the remaining minutes of that one. And this afternoon, a few moments ago, Western Suburbs have leaded a 3-1 win over Selwyn United out at Endeavour Park in Porirua. It's in Wellington's northern suburbs. We're about to have a look at the Wellington Phoenix against Cashmere Tech. So far this season, the Phoenix have had a 4-2 loss to Wellington Olympic and a 3-2 loss to Miramar. Cashmere Tech beat Selwyn United with a late goal from Tom Schwartz on opening weekend, and that 1-0 loss to Western Suburbs last weekend. One gut kicks late goal for Western Suburbs, getting them all 3 points. So back-to-back wins for Western Suburbs as they look to make their presence felt in this mini competition at the end of what has been a COVID-disrupted year. Two teams just getting their final instructions and words of motivation. What sort of start are we expecting from both sides? Who's going to come out really with more intent, do you think, Jesse, or might it be both?
Yeah, I think both teams will. I think in terms of Cashmere Technical, this is a must-win game for them if they want to win this South Central Series or get themselves into finals contention. They're used to winning. They're a team that's won a lot over the previous 9 years that they've been a club. So they'll come out and look to impose themselves on this game pretty quickly. And obviously, as we mentioned before, the young Phoenix lads will look to use this little bit of moisture on the surface to move the ball nice and quickly and try and add to the goals tally, which is normally the thing they rely on is scoring goals.
Artificial turf here, of course, at the Ricoh Sports Centre at Fraser Park. So as far as that is concerned, no problems with any inconsistency. The ball tends to zip across the surface. Our refereeing team this afternoon, Kelvin Berg, is the man with the whistle, assisted by Gareth Sheehan and Edward Cook. Dom Barry is our fourth official. Just checking that all is in readiness. That rain might have even stopped in time for kickoff, Jesse, which is very good of the footballing gods to make sure that we don't have any rain. The wind, though, blowing towards us as the Wellington Phoenix reserves kick off in their all-yellow strip, kicking from left to right. And the visitors today kick with an early chance. Actually, I just catch my breath before. I thought Oscar Van Hatten might be keen to pull the trigger, looking for goal number 5. But Cashmere Tech in a blue and white stripe shirt, blue shorts and blue socks, attacking the goal towards our left. Early chance for them to get onto the attack. Ball rolls out as Sam Field was chasing up from left back. Plenty of experience, as you say, Jesse, in this Cashmere Tech side. The likes of Field and Schwartz and Storer at the back. They certainly have a few games under their belts. Yeah,
11 players in this squad who have represented the Canterbury United Dragons throughout their existence. So Sam Field, one of those. Here's Garvin Coughlin pressing the ball, another one of those ex-Dragons and Southern United players. So yeah, a lot of National League experience in this Cashmere Technical side today.
Henry Gray in goal for the Wellington Phoenix with his first touch, a clearance, and always good to get your first one away. Battling away is Finn Conchi in 6 for the Phoenix. I think they go to Gray again, and his clearance again makes it up towards halfway. A lot of the play likely to be on this near side with the wind blowing in this direction. Although, having said that, Cashmere Tech looking to spread it out now towards the other side. Luke Tung at right back, a familiar face in these parts, Jess?
Yeah, former academy player Luke Tung sort of made the transition from midfield into a fullback during last year's National League season, and he's stayed there for his club side and making a good hash of that role as well. So yeah, a nice return for him up against former colleagues.
Yeah, pretty versatile sort of a player, Luke Tung. He's got the ability to play in all sorts of roles, and here he is now on attack and looking to fire one in. Easy for Gray, who hangs on to it okay, but with the wind at his back, Luke Tung, you'd expect to get up and down and whip a few crosses in. Coughlin loves to feed off that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's one of Tung's strengths for sure, is his ability to put quality delivery in the box. And on the other side, at left back, you've got Sam Field, who's certainly more versed in the defensive side of the game. So a nice range of abilities for Cashmere Technical and the fullbacks.
Schwartz rakes a pass out to Taguchi, can't quite control it, and Chiari has the better of him at the moment and finds the sideline. Chance now for Sam Field to perhaps show us what sort of long throw he has. It's in towards Cogden, was never going to make it. Here's Manny Achol, pushes it past Schwartz. Was he impeded? Yes, says referee Berg. Smart foul by Tom Schwartz, I think you'd say. He's been around a while. He knows where to foul on the pitch.
He has been around a while, Tom. He's the most capped Cash Tech player, most capped Canterbury United Dragon, and yeah, been around in this National League for a long time. And you saw it with that little left-footed chip out to the sideline before. That's part of his repertoire, and so is the odd professional, experienced foul as well to slow the play down, and that's why he's revered in this league.
Pops up with goals as well, of course. He got the goal right at the start of this season that got them home in their game against Selwyn United. It was into added time at the end, wasn't it? And he does tend to pop up at set-piece time as well with some aerial domination and presence in the penalty area.
Yeah, broke Selwyn's hearts there. I believe when he makes those runs through the middle, he refers to himself as Tommy Turbo. And there was definitely a Tommy Turbo run that managed to get the win against Selwyn, which may be surprising, but that again, that goes back to Tech, and that the games they've played this season have been so tight. They were on the right end of one in the first round, and unfortunately on the wrong end last week after one Gatkick's amazing individual goal for West. So maybe see Tom pop up with another couple of Tommy Turbos today.
Phoenix in possession and just getting a few passes under their belts. Interesting little development this year with the Wellington Phoenix side is that there are no squad numbers handed out. They play, I believe this is the intent, and you might better clarify this, Jesse, they play 1 to 11 every week on their backs.
Yeah, that's Chris Greenacre special, that one. He's it's not that he doesn't believe in squad numbers, but I think with the first team being away, obviously you're not going to have the full 1 through 40 as they've done in previous years. So they've been given a fresh 1 to 18 strip, and Greeny's making the most of it with beautifully laid out on the field in their numerical positions, which is good to see.
It really is the one for the traditionalists. They'll love that. Here's 9, Oscar Van Hattem. He's been good in that number 9 position, centre forward so far. He's scored, as Jesse said, all 4 of the Phoenix's goals so far this season. But it's Cashmere Tech on attack through Taguchi. Always dangerous with these quick feet. He's just going to check back into midfield though, and they'll build again. Schwartz, Tommy turboing up through the thirds, finds its way out to Field. Still there for Cash Tech, is it? No, in fact, Field does well to try and get the ball back. Can't find Taguchi. Has a quick look over the assistant referee. Thought perhaps that he might have been fouled on all of that. There is Taguchi again, turning up on the right-hand side. It'll be first corner of the contest. He's a live wire player. Taguchi, have enjoyed watching him play for the Dragons, and clearly a key part of this Cash Tech side as well.
Yeah, he just adds to their physical presence on the field. I think they've got some size, the likes of Sandfield, Andrew Storer, Tom Schwartz, but in Yuya Taguchi and Fraser Angus, and also young Alex Ballard, they've got some real legs and sort of energy on the field, which is, Yuya brings a lot of that, and also good quality with his quick footwork too.
Yeah, and set pieces also, and it comes, and it's rolling sideways. Not quite sure who got the final touch on that. Didn't get the connection they were after. The Cashmere Tech attackers, and Atchol can bring it away for the Phoenix. Looks up and sees Van Hattem off on a run. Doesn't reach him though, as Cash Tech are now back in numbers and should be able to repel this would-be Phoenix attack.
Well cut out there by Corey Mitchell, who's built a career on that sort of thing, turning over ball in midfield. Another ex-Canterbury United Dragon, and also Hamilton Wanderers National League player.
Tongues ball forward looking for Coughlin. In the way, Finn Sermon, but Cashmere Tech, our visitors, will have a throw on the far side.
Yeah, interesting that Sermon's slid across now to the left side of the 2 centre-backs today, with Isaac Hughes dropping out and being replaced by Marco Lorenz.
There's the ball now for Cash Tech. Clever there from Mitchell. Goes back out to Coughlin, who was onside. And it'll be a second corner for our visitors today. So the early pressure and early territory and chances are coming the way of Cashmere Technical, this young Wellington Phoenix side. So far in the first 7 minutes are keeping their sheet clean, but they've got some more defending to do now as Taguchi lines up another corner. This the first one was in and around the 6-yard box, where it's very, very crowded. So crowded, in fact, that Kelvin Berg's coming across to have a word to a couple of players. I think it might be Tyndall he's singled out.
I think Tyndall might just be using Henry Hamilton as a battering ram into the goalkeeper, Henry Gray.
Taguchi, it's a good delivery. Storer gets a header back out. Coughlin runs in and tries to recycle. Can't. And the Phoenix with a chance to break here through Conchi. He's looking for Van Hattem off on a run. It just gets away from Oscar Van Hattem, but he should be able to haul this one in. Chiari is there with him. Does well, Van Hattem, to get it back to Chiari. Atchol misses his touch, but I'll be able to recycle through Hamilton. Lovely ball into Manny Atchol. Big physical presence, but great with the ball at feet as well. Bit of promise here. Chiari again. Thought twice about trying to bang it into this strong northerly breeze, which is blowing into his face.
Yeah, just an opportunity for the Phoenix to get some controlled possession in the opposite half for a little bit. Chiari opportunity to whip it in there, but decided to keep the ball, which now allows them to set the platform and try and build their way through what is traditionally a very solid Cashmere Technical defensive structure.
We've seen a bit of Chiari. Here he is again, and he might think again this time about banging one in. Decides to keep it on the ground, which seems sensible in these conditions. Here's Lewis Toomey, always looking to set something up. Gets a 1-2 from Achol. Just holding on to it at the moment, Toomey. Hamilton and Conchi. Now Supik. I'm looking forward to seeing young Adam Supik in action. I've heard some good things about him. Here's Lewis Toomey. He lines up the shot, deflected, off tongue, and Danny Knight. Has he managed to keep it in? He has. All that experience from Danny Knight. He knows the dimensions of his penalty area, and get one in.
Yeah, excellent defending from Cashmere Technical. Happy to sit deep and soak up the pressure. You notice there Declan Tyndall dropping very, very deep to support his fullback Luke Tongue, and they're happy to do that and absorb pressure and provide a little bit of a threat on the counter-attack through the quality of Taguchi and Coughlin as well.
Thing you often see from these Wellington Phoenix sides, regardless of the personnel, is their passing, possession-based game. They do like to pass the ball around. They're encouraged to do so by their coaches. Chris Greenacre in charge now. Paul Temple for many years had them playing that way.
Yeah, and I think Greeny's just brought a little bit of, let's call it senior experience in terms of, asking the players to play forward when they see the opportunity as opposed to relying on keeping the ball for long periods. And I think, that makes for exciting games, but B, it makes for exciting players and producing players that might give the ball away from time to time, but always with the intention of getting the ball forward into attacking areas.
Just a bit of a press there from Taguchi and from Coughlin to try and maybe force that mistake, but they're competent enough, the Phoenix, to bring it away. They are happy to probe and to wait for the opportunity to open itself up. Here's Charlie Beale on debut in this side.
Yeah, you'll notice Taguchi and Corey Mitchell are the two higher Cashmere Technical players, traditionally midfielders, but looking to get nice and high and press the ball as best they can with their, as we mentioned before, physical ability that they have.
Tell me a bit about Adam Supik. You've seen him play a little bit. Naturally left-sided fullback, a good young prospect.
Yeah, good young prospect. I think left-sided fullback or a left-sided centre-half. And come through the system at Waimak United and Nomads in Christchurch and made his way up to Wellington. Now he's at Scots College and with his haircut goes by the nickname of Little Libby.
Love it.
Not just because of the haircut, but an exciting prospect as a fullback for sure.
Toomey whips it in, away by Storer that time. Hamilton recycles and back in it comes, and Van Hattem had to try and get his body into the right position to fashion something. Did actually quite well to almost get a goal band effort off. I guess when you've got 4 goals in a couple of games, your confidence is high.
100%, and I know he's eager for that golden boot as well. I was talking to his dad Terry yesterday, who his first question was, did Caelan Gould score today? And the answer was yes, so he's got some catching up to do, Oscar. But that makes it exciting as well. Two excellent goal scorers at the top of the Golden Boot chart.
Absolutely right. Ollie White with a hat-trick yesterday for Miramar, also on 4 goals now. Van Hattem on 4, Caelan Gould dimension on 5, and Ben Mutter, the centre-back for Olympic, has got 3. A couple of penalties, I think, in there. So
3 excellent penalties from Ben Mutter for sure.
Yeah, they all count, don't they?
Yeah,
here's Taguchi looking to weave his magic again. Mitchell. Now Coughlin, who's dropped very deep to get this one. He's going to line the shot up. Looked good off the boot. Gray saw it all the way though. Really interested in the movement of Garvin Coughlin and where he pops up. He's not what you'd call a traditional number 9, although sometimes he does look like a 9, but then dropping deep to get the ball on other occasions.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer, but probably not in the traditional sense of being a penalty box poacher. He's excellent all around the pitch. And so, that
Mitchell,
ability for him to run and beyond defence or
drop
very
into deep to get this one. He's
going
to line the shot up.
On the ball and turn is
good off the boot.
Always a threat, and it has been in this league for a number of years. So, difficult one today for the Phoenix to defend.
Schwartz picks him out, and he almost brings it down, gets a touch on it. Coughlin can't quite keep it in, but there's that raking pass, that educated left boot of Tom Schwartz, and they call it Route 1, but it's if it's ball to feet, then no problem.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more than that for sure. I think Schwartz, and you saw the excellent movement there of Coughlin, like you mentioned, Piney, just dropping off, encouraging the defender to follow him and then sprinting and beyond. And Schwartz has got an excellent passing range, as we've seen for a number of years. So early signs of promise for Cashmere Technical.
Yeah, nice open game in the first 13 minutes here. It was the push by Manny Achol that referee Kelvin Berg saw. Achol pleads innocence. He's actually going to get a bit of a yarn from Kelvin Berg here. just a word in his ear, and I think that was probably more about the back chat than the actual offence.
Wonderful get a close-up of Calvin Berg's Movember attempt as well. That's looking exceptional, so credit to him for that. One of the better ones going around.
Here's Schwartz, and this time he rakes one out towards the right-hand side. Even into this breeze, it finds its mark okay. Comes back with interest, though, from the Phoenix, and Schwartz will have to get himself involved again. Field's ball rather aimless and picked off by Conchi.
Yeah, we saw this in the first game of the South Central Series. The Phoenix able to press Wellington Olympic quite effectively and turn ball over high up the pitch. And that's probably the first time they've had an opportunity to do so, and Field coughs the ball up. So something for the Phoenix to look to implement as the game goes on is that high press to try and win the ball and see if anything comes from it.
Conchi again through the middle. Nice quick feed, and Van Hattem now has dropped very deep to try and fashion something. Big right boot on it from Field. Swirling around and almost losing it was Lorenz. He and Coughlin come together, but it spits out to Chiari.
Well, there's a rumour that Sandfield's favourite footballer is Bowden Barrett, so those two right-footed hooks I think I've seen before on a different sort of different field with a different ball, but yeah, not afraid to clear the ball, is he?
No, he's not. Here's Van Hattem in behind. He's got a narrow angle. Knight saves with his feet. Flag up on this near side, wouldn't have counted anyway. Oscar Van Hattem though, he's got an appetite for it.
Well, that's probably Van Hattem's biggest strength, with the ability to run beyond, and you see that brilliant pass that takes the right back.
Here's Van Hattem in behind. He's got a narrow angle. Knight saves with his feet. Flag.
Another high press, Van Hattem.
And well defended by Storer on that occasion, but yeah, very busy, very eager. Oscar Van Hattem this afternoon, and why not when you're in goal-scoring form like he is?
Yeah, as mentioned, he scored all 4 of the Phoenix goals, and yeah, become a player to rely on. He scored a number of goals in the Central League season as well, playing predominantly as a right back, but again with that same ability to run hard and run beyond the opposition defence, which is always hard to defend.
Another one forward towards Coughlin. Negotiated okay by Sermon that time, and now Toomey has a chance to bring it forward. He's been in and around this Phoenix side for a couple of seasons. Interested in the Cash Tech midfield, the likes of Ballard and Fraser Angus, a couple of players I haven't seen a lot of. Jesse, they obviously add their own individual qualities to this Cash Tech midfield.
Yeah, for sure, very different journeys. I guess Alex Ballard, a young player who's come through the academy there at Cashmere Technical under the guidance of Aaron Clapham and the like. And Fraser Angus has played a lot of football in Christchurch for Ferrymead Bays and for Western, and made the move over to Cashmere Technical last year, and he's slotted straight into that midfield position for them, and he's done a great job. And looking a lot sharper this summer without the peroxide blonde dye he put on top of it last year to resemble his favourite drink, which is Guinness, I believe.
I noticed he was one of the louder voices in the warm-up. He seems like a bit of a character around the side, even though he is, as you say, quite new to the club. A presence, obviously, around the team.
Yeah, 100%. That energetic midfielder, able to play the ball forward, loves a tackle. Yeah, just really complements the other skill sets that they've got in that midfield with Corey Mitchell and Alex Ballard, Taguchi and Coughlin. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing Fraser Angus turn a few balls over for sure. It's just been nutmeg though. Yeah,
many a Chol can't take advantage, and it'll drift harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Good pace to the first 17 minutes here. Thankfully that rain, even though it's occasionally making its presence felt, has largely gone over the top of us and heading towards Cook Strait and beyond. Brisk and northerly, which brings the wind, Jess, from the far side towards our camera position.
I was going to say, I can't imagine it was particularly pleasant at Endeavour Park earlier on today on their grass pitch up in Whitby.
Yeah. Just repeating that result, Western Suburbs with the 3-1 win, and off the back of their win over Cashmere Tech last week. So they're starting to get their season going. You don't have a lot of time, only 5 games, of course, before the top 2 play a grand final. Cashmere Tech will be looking for a win today to keep them in touch with the leaders.
Yeah, as I mentioned, they're a team used to winning. Cashmere Technical won 8 of the last 9 mainland Premier League titles, and they only became a club in 2012. So there's 2 Chatham Cups in that time as well, 2013 and 14, and qualified for the final this year too, beating Western Suburbs at Garrick Park. So yeah, they're used to winning for sure.
Coghlan looking to weave a bit of magic on the outside of the penalty area. Couldn't quite find a ball through to Mitchell. In fact, that might have not been Coghlan, it might have actually been Declan Tyndall doing the work there. Nonetheless, a half chance for Cashmere Technical. Dan Schwartz, the coach, was he a guy you always felt would move into coaching? Does it seem like a natural fit for him?
Yeah, 100%. I think he's always been involved in the coaching setup at Cashmere Technical. I remember, I think from memory, he took an under-17s or under-19s team a couple of years ago. I played against them, so I'm pretty sure that was the case. And yeah, I think for him, like, he's got that senior experience. He's always been a leader or coach on the field. Him and his brother Tom, yeah, very good football knowledge and ability to communicate, let's say, and organise a defence. And I think, yeah, for him and his assistant coach Dan Terrace, it's just a natural progression. Once the legs start getting a little bit sore on a Sunday morning, to shift into the technical area and take your expertise in there.
Yeah, well, Dan Terrace is listed today amongst the reserves, isn't he? I get the feeling he may perhaps be quite happy if he doesn't have to take the field, but
I notice he's not wearing the playing shorts, he's wearing the coaching shorts, Dan Terrace. He's yeah, another one who's been around a long time. Played his first game in National League in 2004, and yeah, that's beyond my level of maths, but I'm pretty sure that's a long time ago. So yeah, very much in an expertise coaching role today, Dan Terrace.
And speaks to a real dedication to football in the Canterbury area. Here's an opportunity now for Cashmere Tech to break forward. It is Declan Tyndall with the ball, just has it taken off him. But the intent was clearly there from Tyndall in 21.
Yeah, excellent defending there from Finn Sermon. I think you'll see a little bit of that today if we focus on him closely, as his excellent one-on-one defending ability. He's brilliant at winning the ball in the air, so for such a young man to have those sort of natural defensive skills, yeah, that's a real that's his kind of thing he loves. He loves clean sheets and he loves defending and he loves ruining strikers' day, and you can see it there. Declan Tyndall, no chance of getting past him on that occasion.
Coghlan can't quite control that one, but battles hard to get a shot away. What a shot it was too from Garvin Coghlan. It looked good off the boot, and the hands to the head will tell you that wasn't too far away.
I'm not exaggerating when I say I've seen him score 100 of these, but I think I've seen him put 1,000 of them in a car park at English Park.
That one, but battles hard to get a
amazing
shot
opportunity
away.
there, and it's a well-struck volley.
What a shot it was,
just wide
too,
of the
from
goal there. He'll probably blame the wind, I'd suggest.
He had a bit of work to do. The ball was thrown into his head and he had to battle away to get the chance, but that's what I guess sets him apart from others in the league, as he just loves the opportunity to set himself up for strikes on goal like that. That would have been an absolute world. He had it flown into the top corner. As it happens, we stay at 0-0. 21 gone here in Lower Hutt. It feels to me, without seeing any stats, as though the Phoenix have had more possession, but the better chances have probably come at the other end.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you take into account the two Cashmere Technical set pieces as well, they've definitely had the better opportunities. And I suppose it's just for the Phoenix to make sure that if they're going to have the ball for long periods, when they lose it, as Van Hadden goes close, when they lose it, they need to make sure that they're in a position to win it back as quickly as possible, or stop those dangerous runs from Coughlin and Taguchi that are going to hurt them if they keep finding space and beyond.
Here comes Schwartz striding into the middle third with ball at feet. Nice ball into Coghlan, who dropped deep, and now Taguchi. It's a familiar little triangle, and Schwartz has stayed forward in a centre forward position just for now. He might have to get back now, though, because the Phoenix have broken this up, although Beale's ball forward wasn't to the liking of Van Hadden. And there's Fraser Angus back there just mopping up for his skipper as he now jogs back into position.
Yeah, I think if you asked before around what does Fraser Angus bring to the team, it's exactly that. Schwartz driving forward when he sees an opportunity to turn the turbo on, and Angus just able to sit in there, control the position, and turn the ball over when the ball comes. That would be his strength that he adds to the team.
Yeah, it's a well-drilled Cashmere Tech outfit. You can see all the moving parts working in pretty good order. They all understand their roles and what is required of them when certain game situations present themselves. Phoenix now, though, with a chance to get themselves into the attacking third. Achol to Toomey. He's got Super Cup outside and can't quite bring him in. So broken up and was tongue fouled over there. He was by Toomey going across, and this could be more than a talking to for Lewis Toomey. Is Kelvin Berg going to give him one more chat? Tongue has stayed down, so let's hope he's okay.
I think this is an experienced collision from Luke Tongue here. He saw Toomey coming across at pace, and he's just made sure that Toomey got him after the ball, and take a bit of time to get up here and just take the sting out of the like you mentioned before, that high Phoenix position that they've had. Just give Cashmere Technical an opportunity to put the ball deep in the Phoenix half.
No booking for Lewis Toomey, just a talking to. That was born out of frustration, really. Toomey's pass to Supik, not finding its mark. He went across to try and make up for his error and ended up fouling Tongue. No harm done, though, as far as the yellow card is concerned. Just a free kick, and Luke Tongue himself is back on his feet, so all is well in the world. Past the midway point in this first half now. Achol racing through, not going to get on the end of that one. Danny Knight, good penalty area management as per. Right up on the edge of it.
Here you just see Fraser Angus peeling out into a sort of a left centre-back position, but Schwartz, it's a poor ball, and again another turnover from the Phoenix.
Beale into Achol, good close control by Manny Achol. Bouncing around, Phoenix not able to sort of get their foot on it. Van Hadam's going to do his best, though, to try and bring some structure to proceedings. Chiari. Now Conchi, who's looked good in the 6 role for the Phoenix today. Always seems to be available and pulling strings in there.
Here's Coughlin just working his way across the pitch, trying to keep the Phoenix to one side before they can press the fullback like you see there. And Storer steps out to press Achol, which leaves space and beyond for Supik to run into.
Here is Charlie Beale. Can he line himself up a shot? He will. It's well defended though, but Henry Hamilton tries to recycle. Can't. Van Hadam's there. Some desperate defending by Cashmere Tech, and the Phoenix are going to win themselves a free kick here.
Fair bit of competition around the edge of the box there for the ball. Great to see Cashmere Technical, as I say, soaking up the pressure, but then willing to come through and try and win the ball and assert themselves physically when they get the chance.
Feels like you need perhaps a left-footed strike here to put it out towards the left post as they look at it and hope the wind does its job to bring it back in. I'm not sure whether there are too many natural left-footed free kick takers in the Phoenix side. Van Hadam likes it, why not, when you've got 4 goals. And Shoulders there too.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be taking this off Van Hadam, even if they did have the best left foot. I think Seb Barton-Ginger would be the one, but he's not in the squad today, who's got that left-footed free kick take ability, but he's not here, so Van Hadam's going to line it up and have a go, it looks.
Chance for a direct strike at goal from this one. I think that's the only thing on Oscar Van Hadam's mind. Technique's good. Good save by Knight. That's a really good effort. Ball is, well, it was going to stay in, but has gone behind for a corner. Well, on target from Oscar Van Hadam. Good technique and a good save by one.
Yeah, I think great effort just to get it on target with that much power. Probably just a little bit low for his liking. And
good. Save by Knight.
But
that's a really good
strike to get it on target and see if they can earn a goal from the corner kick.
Toomey's gone across to take. Plenty of men forward in yellow shirts from the back. The delivery is into a crowded area. It was Lorenz, I think, who got the foot on it. Then the shot from Hamilton. And I think that's at a Phoenix player and gone behind, has it?
It's come off Van Hadam, I believe. He's Cashmere Technical asking for offside. I'm not sure if he was. I think there was a defender behind him, and ball smashed in from Henry Hamilton and unable to turn it goalward that time, Van Hadam, which is, as we've mentioned, a little bit unusual for him this season. Normally everything he touches, or most things he touches, end up in the goal, not on that occasion.
So a couple of opportunities for the Phoenix, and they'll come again through Hamilton, who picks up an errant pass. Shot on the left foot, and this one is deflected behind by Schwartz. So a good little period for the Wellington Phoenix side in this one.
Yeah, under real pressure here, aren't they, Cashmere Technical? But just soaking it up again.
Phoenix, and they'll come again through Hamilton, who picks up an errant pass.
That's a good
shot on the
left
foot, and this one is deflected behind
covering
by
that post area.
So this will be a far more good proposition driving this one in. Henry Hamilton's gone across to try and do it. Wind, a gusty northerly blowing into his face, but he has got good distance on it towards the near post, and it was Beale who came towards the near post. Van Hadam went for the volley, which he didn't connect with, and it rolls harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Well, the delivery was pretty good actually from Hamilton. Beale went towards the near post to flick it on. Van Hadam unable to get a strike away.
Yeah, totally unmarked there, Charlie Beale. He's not the biggest lad, so I suppose there's bigger priorities in terms of man marking, but yeah, got a free header at the near post, and maybe we've put the mockers on Van Hadam because he's had an absolute air swing at that left-footed volley. So we'll just leave him out for 5 minutes or so, I think.
Taguchi climbs high and gets a hit on that one, but Colgan not able to latch onto it.
Yeah, this is where I'd like to see Cashmere Technical be a little more aggressive in their pressing like we're seeing now from Taguchi. Try and pin the Phoenix into their half like that with Mitchell. Turn the ball over and see if you can score from a quick break.
A couple of players have come together here. I think that's actually a foul by Lorenz, who has stayed down himself, but I think he was the man who fouled Coughlin. He's arguing from a sitting position, but I get the feeling when he gets to his feet, a yellow card is going to be presented in his direction. It is. So it is Marco Lorenz, the first name into the notebook for Kelvin Berg this afternoon. And just as you talked about that press, it just about paid off, and certainly has with this free kick situation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more of that from Tech. It looked like he might have got a wee bit of the ball there, Lorenz, but he did miss last week's game for an accumulation of yellow cards, so I'll jump on the referee's side for this one. But yeah, as you mentioned, Cashmere Technical putting numbers forward to try and press the ball in the wide areas, and I think that's where their strength lies, the likes of Taguchi, Mitchell. If they can win the ball over there and then find the likes of Coughlin and Tyndall, big chances for goals, I feel.
Fraser Angus is up there with Coughlin making a nuisance of himself. Schwartz there as well, obviously. It's a good delivery towards the far post. Schwartz with the final touch on it. Yeah, just a goal kick. They're appealing for a corner, but off the head of Schwartz, says referee Berg. Always seemed to be the most likely target in a set-piece situation, Tom Schwartz.
Yeah, having a bit of banter with young Finn Sermon there as well. Two centre-backs telling jokes to each other. Not sure anyone else will be able to comprehend what was said. But yeah, it looked like Schwartz just flicking the ball over there. So even though he's missed, I'd say he'd think that's 1-0 to him over Sermon because he made the contact.
Approaching the half-hour mark here in Lower Hutt. No score between these two, despite their best endeavours. Both goalkeepers have had some work to do. This one's got too much on it, and we'll go through to Gray.
Luke Tung will claim that as a shot on target, I feel.
Yeah.
There it is again, that press from Tech. Fantastic from Ballard this time. And now opportunity for them to break forward at pace, coming from that turnover.
Cogden to Taguchi. Chiari can't hold his progress, and it goes. Lorenz gets it halfway, but only back out to Taguchi. A chance to set something up for Coughlin. Deflected! What a save by Gray! What a save! He was completely wrong-footed by the deflection. Had to scurry back and managed to claw it away.
An incredible save from Henry Gray as Cashmere Technical take the corner short.
They continue to defend stoutly, the Wellington Phoenix. Schwartz has stayed forward. Taguchi, they'll look to perhaps go a different way through Ballard. Is Coughlin onside? Yes, says the assistant referee. It's going to bounce off heel and go behind for a corner, but what a save by Gray.
Yeah, massive deflection. Good strike.
Progress, and it goes. Lorenz gets it halfway, but only back out to Taguchi.
Yeah, I'm not sure Henry Gray knew too much about it, but he managed to get back
up
across and scoop this right out of the net.
What a save by Gray!
Well, we'll never know if that's over the line.
To set something up for Coughlin. Deflected! What a save by Gray! What a save!
He was safe. Well done, Henry Gray.
Taguchi with the corner into the breeze. Schwartz at the far post, not going to get their head on it. It goes back across though, bouncing around and then hooked over.
I mentioned the Bowden Barrett. There's the drop kick from Sam Field, 3 points.
Roof will look in our direction from Sam Field. Not quite able to get that one on target. Plenty of good action down the Phoenix end in the last couple of minutes. Henry Gray's earned his half-time cup of whatever he likes. Still 15 minutes to negotiate though. No score here in Lower Hutt. Jason Pine and Jesse Rawlings on the call today. Great to be able to bring it to you on Sky Sport Next. Garvin Coughlin, as always, a willing runner. Lovely touch to bring that down. Faces Chiari, who can't get it off him. Here's Coughlin, and it's off Sermon. Not sure he knew too much about it, but seemed to get his body in the right place. Corey Mitchell battling away there to try and keep it in. Hasn't managed it. And the Phoenix can release the pressure valve. Well, Coughlin ran at Chiari there. The experience over the naivety, perhaps. Managed to sort of toe poke his cross in and off the thigh of Finn Sermon.
We mentioned the first game of the season where Joe Chiari, coming out of the Capital Premier team, marking Rory McKeown was always going to be a tricky encounter. Then last week he had to deal with George Akers, and now he's got to deal with Garvin Coughlin. So he's getting an education in how to defend as a right back in this competition.
Here is Coughlin. Lorenz, I think, was in the way of that one. But yeah, I guess that's how you learn, that's how you gain your experience, playing against some of the best players going around this competition. And those names you mentioned, they've given far more experienced defenders than Joe Chiari some headaches.
Yeah, I think it's just a testament to Joe and his fortitude and his determination that he's managed to get his way into this lineup. As I mentioned, hasn't played any Central League football, and now he's started the first 3 games of the National League, so credit to him for that.
33 gone here as Taguchi lines up another corner. Once again, delivery's good. Once again, it's bouncing around, and man goes down, and it is a penalty. And Schwartz is the man who's won it. He went down, Kelvin Berg, no hesitation, and it will be the chance for Cashmere Tech to go ahead. The chance to set something up from 12 yards. Deflected! Saved by Gray.
Well, a foul on Tom Schwartz it is, and the Phoenix protesting their innocence. Well, first of all, I've never seen Tom Schwartz attempt a bicycle kick, so if he was pulled, then maybe that would sum that up. But yeah, interesting call from referee Calvin Berg. Same end that the Phoenix conceded a penalty in the opening game against Olympic, which is also a dubious one, let's say. An opportunity for Garvin Coughlin here, an experienced penalty taker, and look for a little stutter step just before he strikes the ball.
Well, they've had a few opportunities to score in the first half. This is obviously the best of them all. Garvin Coughlin lining it up. Henry Gray looking to deny him. It is Coughlin against Gray, and comfortably slotted by Garvin Coughlin. 1-0 Cashmere Tech, and their main man has provided the opening goal. His first goal of this 33 South Central series, and it's another corner. Once again, delivery's good. Once again, it's bouncing around.
Yeah,
and man goes down, and it is a penalty. And Schwartz is the man. Henry Gray looking to deny him.
Finn Coughlin
against
Tom
Gray
Schwartz there, and it's expertly taken.
Comfortably slotted by Garvin Coughlin. 1-0 Cash. So after having a good amount of possession and building confidence and getting a few opportunities of their own, the Wellington Phoenix, the home side, find themselves a goal down with 10 minutes to go in this first half. Not a catastrophe by any stretch of the imagination. They're well and truly part of this game, but yeah, perhaps on a second look, it perhaps was a debatable penalty decision. However, it has been given. There was no hesitation from Kelvin Berg. He was in good position. He had a clear line of sight towards the incident, and he decided that is a spot kick. Coughlin obliged. Cashmere Tech 1-0 ahead.
And again, now we're seeing the tails up a wee bit here from Cashmere Technical. All of a sudden seems a lot more energy in the midfield, trying to turn the ball over. Tyndall now chasing this ball all the way to the byline, so that goal might have just given them a little bit of a spark, and obviously, as we mentioned, they need to win this game. So 1-0 or 1 goal, I would suggest, based on the Phoenix and their goal scoring ability, is not going to do it. So they'll back themselves to score a few more. But it's also nice to see a goal in a Cashmere Technical game before the 90th minute as well.
Gray goes long. Schwartz wins about his millionth header of his career. Mitchell and Taguchi combining into Coughlin again. Lorenz comes through illegally, says the referee. Coughlin gets rather slowly to his feet, has a quick chat to Kelvin Berg, who said, look, you've got the free kick. On you go.
He brilliantly just positioned his body in front of Lorenz there. I'm not convinced Lorenz needs to make a challenge for the ball. And yeah, Coughlin is, again, you say Tom Schwartz won 1,000 headers. That's Garvin's won 1,000 fouls, I'd say, in that same position.
Luke Tung's come across to take it, drills it towards the far post. Gray saw it coming from a long way out and claimed it well. He's a big, tall goalkeeper, no problem there, and looks to set off an attack immediately. Hamilton's there. Supik, or rather Van Hattem on the far side, off on a run. Chiari thinks about the shot, brings it a few more feet forward and is hassled away from the danger area.
And again, you see Cashmere Technical happy to get an organised structure and just set up and soak the pressure and win those balls that the Phoenix are trying to play and beyond.
Yep, defensively they are very sound. Guess that happens when you've got a defender as your coach. They tend to set their teams up in the image of their own playing careers, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. I think, yeah, Dan Schwartz, Dan Terrace, 2 defenders. Previous coach, Dean Hutchinson, defender. I remember Ben Sigmund playing as an attacking midfielder for Cashmere Technical a number of seasons ago. So, yeah, maybe that summed up how much they were willing to defend, or maybe it just summed up how dangerous Siggy was as getting in the box and scoring headers.
Chiari getting up and down appreciably in this first half. Conchi. Toomey has it taken away from him by Angus, who's been good in this first half, and then ball played rather harmlessly through tonight. So yeah, it is a well-drilled Cashmere Technical side when it comes to defending the football. Approaching the final 6.5 minutes of this first half. Can't imagine there'll be too much to add. Nothing really in the way of stoppages. We had Luke Tung go down earlier. That was probably the longest stoppage we've had.
It's another good win from Sermon there up against Coughlin. That's going to be a good battle.
Yeah, he's good in the air, isn't he? And has to be against a guy like Coughlin. Tom Schwartz's ball out towards the right doesn't find its mark.
Here we go again with Cashmere Technical. Seeing the opportunity to press. This time it's a foul from Coughlin, but certainly trying to get that midfield line a little higher and a little more aggressive. Astora stepping in front of a Chol there just proves that they are wanting to win the ball in the Phoenix half when they get the chance to do so.
I guess it also throws doubt into the Phoenix's mind too, doesn't it? You know, that they don't get that extra second or two that can be important when you're looking to try and string passes together. They know that they're going to be set upon almost immediately. Yeah,
and I think watching Cashmere last week, a couple of moments where their forwards pressed but their midfielders didn't necessarily join in, and so Western Suburbs able to play through the press. Whereas today, they've either sat in together as a unit or pressed together as a unit. And you're right, that makes it difficult for the Phoenix to play through. Obviously, they have the option to play over the top. But in this wind and with the greasy surface, it does become a little bit more challenging to make that accurate pass over the top.
Just a series of little fouls, halting any possibility of the Phoenix breaking quickly. A bit of frustration building there. Likes of a Chol and Toomey perhaps not agreeing with all of these decisions, but
sorry, Pony, I was just going to say, for me, he's the best in the business, Calvin Berg, as a referee in our National League. I think he's right up there as the number one. So can't argue with many of his decisions, that's for sure.
His field, there is that right foot towards the penalty area. Coughlin climbs, I can't get it. Tyndall blazes over. The two, I guess you'd call them man buns, combining there. Coughlin and Tyndall. Again, it was that lovely ball from Schwartz out to Taguchi. Just seems to be able to find those attacking players with pinpoint accuracy more often than not. And win headers like that.
Yeah, he's brilliant from Tom Schwartz.
He's been one of the best going around for a long time now. A real heart of both Cashmere Tech and the Canterbury United Dragons for several years. You talked about the success they've had, certainly Cash Tech, and he's just been an ever-present really in that success, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's been, captain, leader. He's down at the first kicks on a Saturday morning. His wife Rose is heavily involved, mainly as a best friend to majority of the players. They're just good club people, always looking after other club members, and just so happens to be a good player as well, and his brother are going pretty good at the coaching side of things too. So yeah, for two likely lads coming out of the northwest of England to move to Cashmere Technical and make the impact they have in that club is pretty awesome.
The weather has really set in here at Fraser Park. Heavy driving rain now and a strong northerly behind the back of Taguchi as he lines this one up. Once again, a crowded penalty area, skims off ahead, and it was a Phoenix head, says the referee, so perhaps a chance for Cashmere Tech to stay in the attacking third.
Sandfield normally possesses a pretty reasonable long throw, but I'm going to suggest into this wind it's going to be a challenge. His brother Joey is a Central Districts cricketer, so big right arms are a feature of the family.
Handball against Coughlin, was it? No, says the referee. Mitchell, way by Lorenz. Van Havner's a bit of Lone Ranger here, and Danny Knight again is well positioned outside of his penalty area, gives it the big right boot. Supik wins a header, a Chol as well, and Toomey brings it away. Is there a chance for the Phoenix perhaps to build something towards the end of this first half that might result in a goal scoring opportunity or two for them? Garvin Coughlin's penalty separates the sides at the moment as we enter the final 2.5 minutes of regulation time in this first half.
They've done well again, Cashmere Technical. I'm not sure that's the option from Supit to play that aerial ball. In these conditions, it's going to be hard to control, and Andrew Storer and Tom Short's so effective in the air. I think playing that pass on the ground and trying to get Oscar Van Hatten running at people with his skills, Charlie Beale the same. That's probably the way forward for the Phoenix, but again, that's tricky in these conditions and with such a packed defensive unit that Cash Tech have put together.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of change in the air from the likes of Schwartz and Storer, Field as well. They're tall men who win most of their aerial battles okay. Schwartz stretches the legs up over halfway. Field's off on a run. They're footed pass, aim foot to Gucci, up off his face from the foot of Lorenz. And the rebound was fairly friendly for Gray.
Yeah, the weather really has set in out here in Lower Hutt. Beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, actually thought it was going to, as I said before, blow over us and we'd get a bit of a break in the weather. It hasn't happened. It's, if anything, worse than it's been for most of the game as we approach the final minute of the first half. Most of the spectators here are up in the grandstand opposite. You might be able to see them behind the glass there, nice and warm.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful up there today, I'd imagine.
Heater will be on for sure. Here's Chiari into the area, into the path of Beale. And he couldn't quite get the shot away. It was a good run from Charlie Beale and a nice ball from Chiari, just not the connection that Beale was after.
You know, that's the first time Cashmere Technical have looked really stretched. We cross ball and then inside to Beale, and Storer come across to make a desperate lunge to block the ball.
They'll look to go again. Van Hatten's not going to chase after that one, and Danny Knight will collect. Keep an eye on the fourth official on the far side, Dom Barry, to see how many minutes are to be added. I can, as I said before, only imagine it'll be perhaps just the one.
The customary one.
Customary one at the end of the first half, 3 at the end of full time usually, isn't it?
That's pretty much it.
I can see the one on Dom Barry's board being raised now. There it is, 1 extra minute minimum to be added at the end of this first half. Cashmere Technical with a 1-0 lead through Garvin Coughlin's penalty. Phoenix looking to create one final attack. That might have bounced up against the hand, I think, of Van Hatten. Referees let it go because Cashmere Tech have the ball. But the endeavour has been good from Van Hatten. He's clearly a energetic, enthusiastic front man. Just hasn't had the opportunities really fall his way in this first half at Lower Hutt.
Yeah, certainly riding the wave of form at the moment, isn't he? Just little runs and beyond and just always looking for the ball. I think with the likes of George Ott and Riley Bibwar not being available to the Phoenix reserves this season, it puts a bit of emphasis on Van Hatten, Toomey and Achol as the 3 experienced senior players to provide an impetus, and Van Hatten's certainly doing that.
We've had the extra minute here at the Ricoh Sports Centre. Quick check of the watch from Kelvin Berg, and he decides that that'll do for the first half here of a pretty absorbing game between two sides who are here to play. Two sides looking for all 3 points, and Cashmere Technical, our visitors, in pole position as they go to the break. Garvin Coughlin, who has been a pretty impressive force in the front third for the visitors, has converted a penalty with about 10 minutes to go until half-time, and that has Cashmere Technical into the lead at half-time. They lead the Wellington Phoenix by a goal to 0. We're back with the second half really soon on Sky Sport Next.
Brighter days are on their way. Forever's how long they'll stay. Brighter days are on their way. Chasing sunsets in the sky. Won't let these moments pass us by. Take my hand, don't be afraid. The brighter days are on their way. Brighter days are on their way. Forever's how long they'll stay. Brighter days are on their way.
I'ma hit the gas, once I tap it, I'm gone. Faster than the flash when I get in this zone. Higher than the plane, Stay up by my lane. Oh, I do it different and they really can't explain it. Let me elevate, let me elevate you. 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 Smoke rising like a locomotive. I'm on my go, so you know the motive. It's like they voting and I'm toe to pole. Giving them info like I got the folder open. On a Kawasaki with a Motorola. I'm Samsung and on the open ocean. On the metro, chasing escrow. You backsliding while I breaststroke. Sidewinding, I'm high rising. I'm so fly that I'm skydiving. It's no problems, there's no hiding. Got other things that I'm worried about. Man, let me go and breathe to get into the mood though. Hop into the whip, got my mind on my paper. I wouldn't be mad if you want to get it too, yo. But I ain't got time, so I gotta see you later. They think that I'm soulless like Tupac, picture me rolling. I be music composing while trying to open this lotus. I'm like a camera that's trying to capture my purpose is focus. You out of options, I'm like a doctor, I'll double the dosage. Oh yeah, I work.
Welcome back to a rather bleak Rico Sports Centre at Lower Hutt's Fraser Park. The weather, I can report, has not improved during the halftime break. If anything, it's got worse. Luke Tung has come across to check on the forecast. We can reliably inform him that it's going to be a bit like this for the next 45 minutes. Cashmere Technical have a 1-0 lead here at Fraser Park, and there's a change made right at the start of the second half with Alex Ballard replaced by Lyle Matheson. He's a player who I've enjoyed watching for the Canterbury United Dragons over a couple of seasons. You were telling me in the break, Jesse, he's Cashmere Tech's all-time leading goal scorer. Yeah, consistent goal scorer over a long period of time for Cashmere Technical. For someone so young, they've had a number of great goal scorers in their time as well. Cashmere Technical, Michael White and Andy Tuckey and the like. So, yeah, not a bad name to bring off the bench for young Alex Ballard, who had a good 45 minutes. He did indeed, but it's Matheson's chance to get involved now. Cashmere Technical and the blue and white attacking the goal to our right. There's no real advantage of playing left or right here with the wind blowing across the field towards us, so a lot of the action is going to take place in front of us as it is at the moment at the start of this second half. Tung belts it forward. Lorenz with the header. So it looks as if Matheson's taken up a position on the left hand side, and Yuya Taguchi stepping into midfield alongside Angus and Mitchell looks to be the change. Tyndall wide right at the moment, looking for a quick take of that free kick. Wasn't forthcoming. So Coughlin's going to line this one up. Instead of taking a spot in the penalty area, as most goal poachers do, he's going to drive the ball in. Doesn't find its way through. Tyndall looks to recycle. He's run himself into a bit of a cul-de-sac, but has he won a corner? He has. Well done from Declan Tyndall there. Not too many options over there in the far corner, but managed to get a corner out of it. Yeah, it's not the best delivery there from Garvin Coughlin, but they've earned a corner, and the wind's just died down a little bit for the corner to be taken, so opportunity for Taguchi and Coughlin to put something together here for Cashmere. There's a short corner with Coughlin now able to whip this one in, and it lands on the roof of the net. It's just another example, isn't it? In a free kick situation when the ball's about 30 yards out, you'd find most number 9s in the penalty area, ready to sniff around looking for that goal. Coughlin instead decided that he'd take responsibility for the free kick himself. Yeah, I think there's probably a difference between goal poacher and goal scorer, isn't there? And he's a goal scorer. It's not the be all and end all of his game. He's a good all rounder, good in possession, solid. Well, usually solid over the free kicks. So not just there to tap the ball in, as some players are. Chance now for the Phoenix to mount an attack, although Toomey couldn't hold on to it. Sprinting across though is the energetic Van Hattem, looking for his first involvement of this second stanza. Dinks the ball in. Chol sees it go over his shoulder and bounce into the hands of Danny Knight. It's the experience of Schwartz again, just cutting off Achol's run, creating space for Knight to come and collect the good centre back play, and left-footed rake across the pitch for Taguchi. Nice Coughlin. Can he get a goal scoring position here? He can't. He's bundled away by a couple of players. I think Lorenz was the main defender on that account, doing well to keep Coughlin at bay that time. It's another well-weighted pass out from the bats. Yep. It's such a weapon, isn't it, when you find a player in the front third with such accuracy and such regularity. Van Hattem's off on a run. He's onside. Van Hattem is just a bit far ahead of him. And once Danny Knight showing all his experience, he's such a competent keeper, knows exactly where to be. One skidded off this turf here, and Van Hattem.
And Andrew Storr here on the ball, not to discount his ability as well. Over the last couple of years for Cashmere Technical and Canterbury United, making the move this winter season spirit where he was last year, and previously Western as well, and forming a great Tom Schwartz.
Here's Van Hattem, goal hunting for that 5th of the season, can't get out from under his feet. Angus going to bring it away. Matheson, the job. Energy off the bench from Lowell Matheson.
Defending there from Sandfield. Just sums up his game. Excellent as a defender, playing his left and down that side, and yeah, lovely wee link-up play from Matheson to break the pressure as well.
Now Van Hattem's nicked this one away from Schwartz and has kept it in. Only 2 for him to aim at. He might have to hold on to it for a bit. Into Toomey now, and he can't get the shot away. To take it first time, might have had an opportunity to take a touch there.
I think maybe that little skid before the ball gets into him, it makes it a little bit tricky, but a sloppy giveaway from Cashmere Technical there. I think they'll be disappointed to cough possession so easily, and the Phoenix, they couldn't capitalise on it because it's not a hallmark of their game. Cashmere Technical normally very safe with the ball, so yeah, just a wee opportunity there that has gone begging from the Phoenix.
Yeah, step at the back from this Cashmere Tech rear guard. Coughlin again in the thick of the action, and oh well, can't find a teammate though. It was Toomey, the Phoenix captain today, with the armband. Hamilton back helping out, Toomey again. And it taken away from him, a chance for Declan Tyndall. Coughlin with a back-heeled pass. Tyndall just sat on his heels a bit, but they're going to get a throw out of it. Tongue. Does he go down under foul? He does. It's a rather cheap foul, I have to say, on the area. And Coughlin again, as you say, Jesse knows how to draw the fouls.
Played a few football before, and Garvin Coughlin just finds the dangling foot of Adam Supik, hits the hands on the ball. Give me the free kick, please, referee, who duly obliges.
Talked about a left footer in the first half for the Phoenix having a shot at goal. They didn't really. Now with Matheson on, you just wonder whether he might be able to bend this one around a defensive wall.
Yeah, both Tongue and Matheson standing over it. I've seen both of them score from here, consistent against teams I've either played in or coached. In Lyle's case, which is a bit of frustrating for him on his left foot.
And straight at grade is from Matheson, so good position. Keeper Matheson got it up and over, but couldn't beat Gray in goal for the Phoenix to break quickly again, as is their traditional approach. They'll look to attack down the left, and now Toomey. He comes inside Tongue and Tyndall, but it all breaks down, does it? No chance for Hamilton. No, it does break down as Mitchell sets Lyle Matheson away down the right.
Yeah, big opportunity here for Tech on the counter-attack. Matheson and Coughlin just combining on the right-hand side.
And bringing Tyndall into the action now as well. Getting back and defending well with Sermon. Still there though for Lyle Matheson. Into the area, and Lorenz with the header away. They'll come again through Coughlin and Matheson together. Angus is up there too. Rare foray into the attacking third for him.
Yeah, and again, just that quality of Cashmere Technical to find passes in that final third, even in these conditions.
Yeah, just when you think there's going to be a break in the weather and the rain sort of eases off a little bit, and you think perhaps we might get a slightly brighter patch of weather, the rain comes again. So I think any hope of game that's going to be played in dry conditions is completely gone.
Yeah, ball's well dealt with by Storr. I'm a bit surprised that the Phoenix, they've kind of maintained sort of, it's almost 3 attacking midfielders. Achol's playing a more of a withdrawn role and Van Hadden playing higher. I'm a bit surprised they haven't sort of got 2 number 9s in the second half with the score the way it is and pushed Achol a little bit higher, but he's playing in that midfield alongside Toomey and Charlie Beale is 3 number 10s who like to play nice and narrow and leave Oscar up front on his own.
Supik looking to find a way through this excellent Cashmere Tech defence. I'll head out towards the right in the latest attempt to do this. Chiari. Just noticed Luke Tung holding the back of his head a short moment ago. Wonder if he got a bit of a bang when he went up for a header in the last little while. Just keep an eye on that. Into Van Hadden. Much shot away. Calls for handball. And vehement calls from Wellington Phoenix, and Lewis Toomey's going to earn a yellow card for his protest. Well, the look of it as far as a penalty shout was concerned. No, said Kelvin Berg, and Lewis Toomey,
Well, this is, you can tell it's a dead set handball because Tom Schwartz is rubbing his face and now almost taking the mickey. That is as clear as you can get penalty. Schwartz rubbing his face. Corey Mitchell came across and rubbed his face for him as well. He's staring at us now. It's a dead set handball and a dead set penalty, and he knows it too.
That is a real stroke luck from for the Wellington Phoenix. That, as you say, was handball every day of the week, and Cash Tech have got away with one there. And to add salt to the wound, Lewis Toomey, captain of the Phoenix, has picked up a yellow card for protesting, and probably protesting rightly.
Yeah, I guess once the referee's made the decision, he's got to stick to it, and obviously that's what he saw Kelvin Berg from the angle he had. But yeah, an interesting one. Also, Pioneers, a question if the referees changed colours at half time. I thought they were pink in the first half.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, they've taken the opportunity to get into some slightly drier shirts by the looks of things.
There's something about wet pink shirts on fully grown men as well that maybe isn't everyone's cup of tea on a live broadcast.
No, you're right. It's maybe viewing for after dark, perhaps. Toomey, chance to link up perhaps with Beale, couldn't do it. Still there though for the Phoenix, or it was briefly until it was taken away, and now Tyndall with a chance. Well, he could have perhaps had a run there, but decided to check back, rather cautious. Toomey through on Tung. He's got to be careful. He's got that yellow card. Now, if I'm Lewis Toomey, I'm walking away from that and just maybe taking a couple of deep breaths.
Well, you go back to the experience of Cashmere Technical, and I don't think Tung would react like that unless Toomey is on a yellow card. And yeah, just the way he goes down, asking for the foul. Just looking at a little bit of doubt in the referee's mind. Sure he won't mind me saying that, Luke Tung. Another foul here, this time from Van Hadden.
And the frustration starting to build in the Wellington Phoenix ranks. The substitutes are warming up behind the goal that they are defending. A few options for Chris Greenacre. He's got Caelan Nguyen, a striker. Noah Karuratne, who plays in a 10 role. Lucas Kelly-Heald, who is a defender. And Jackson Manuel, who sits in a 6. So those are his options. He's got a full suite of options. It was rather aimless from Schwartz that time into grey. I saw Jacob Richards go for a bit of a... in fact, it's all of them. It was just Richards who'd been sent away for a warm-up, but the Cash Tech subs are also getting a few exercises in as Toomey breaks away from Tung. Good from Lewis Toomey. Looking for a little slide rule pass, and it goes to Van Hadden! Just over from Oscar Van Hadden. Excellent build-up work from Lewis Toomey. And Van Hadden looking for goal number 5 this season. Wasn't that far away from getting it.
Yeah, brilliant run from Toomey. Cuts inside Angus. And then just finally skies into Van Hadden. Gets the wrong side of Schwartz and fires just over the bar. Opportunity the Phoenix have had in the second half.
Quality play from Lewis Toomey. He's channeling his frustration. A really nice piece of build-up work there. Coughlin's rather ambitious pass down the line for Tyndall doesn't come off.
Someone might be able to nick that one for the backyard. He's smashed that away, Garvin Coughlin. Not often you see an attacking half clearance.
Cashmere Tech with a 1-0 lead here at Fraser Park. That was the half-time score. Garvin Coughlin's penalty in the first half is the only goal of the game so far.
It's good pressure from Achol and Toomey, and again the Phoenix just need to get their lines a little bit higher, keep the pressure on the ball for longer, try and turn it over from Cashmere Technical before they get the opportunity to get the ball away. Tongue does there.
A rare giveaway from Coughlin, which is something you don't often see. Approaching the hour mark now, and perhaps a time when the Phoenix might consider a substitution, although all the reserves have sat back down after their warming up of a few minutes ago. Here's Tyndall, who's been more and more prominent in this second half. He and Coughlin combining down Cash's right. Supik with a foot in.
And just a call there from Finn Conchi to Louis Toomey to try and get in the pocket and get a little bit tighter to the Cashmere Technical defence with his positioning, but choosing to position himself a little bit wider towards the touchline on that occasion.
Phoenix not able to keep that one in, so it'll be another set-piece situation for our visitors. Lyle Matheson's gone across to wrap his left foot around this one. Schwartz, Storer, Field, all forward.
Fraser Angus as well, capable of scoring a tap-in these situations.
Towards the near post, and it was Coughlin who tried to angle his header. Well defended by the Phoenix, although Cash Tech might be able to recycle. Matheson bangs it in, and Gray saw it coming. He's a confident goalkeeper, young Henry Gray. I've liked the look of him.
It's just a confident young man in general, Henry Gray. Don't mind his voice being heard. Young 16-year-old out of St Pat Silver Stream in Upper Hutt.
What have the Phoenix got in the locker as they look for a way back into this one? 2 losses so far in their opening 2 games, but they've given a good account of themselves in both their losses to 2 of the top sides, or the 2 top sides at the moment, Olympic and Miramar. Losses by 4-2 to Olympic and 3-2 to Miramar, but even the fact they've scored 4 goals in those 2 games talks a lot about their attacking abilities. I'll need them if they're to get back into this one. Corey Mitchell breaking forward. He's, has always been an impressive presence for Cashmere Tech today. Coughlin has it, but not for long, as the other 10, Hamilton, takes it away. Sub coming on the far side. Karuna Ratney, I think, is the man we're going to see.
I think it might be Kaylan Noyen.
Oh, it could be Noyen.
Noyen, I think, yeah.
My apologies.
A number 9 usually, so I imagine that'll be bringing him on to play up front alongside Van Haddam and move to 2 strikers, which, as you can imagine, Chris Greenacre, ex-number 9 himself, trying to get a little bit of attacking impetus on the field.
Well spotted it is. Kaylan Noyen, and Finn Conchi is the man who's going to make way, so that speaks of a formation change, exactly as you suggested, Jesse. Good to have the expertise alongside, so look for Kaylan Noyen to slot in alongside the man with 9 on his shirt, Van Haddam, and that's the instruction I think that's being passed on now.
Well, Chris Greenacre's just put the 2 fingers up, so I'm assuming that means front 2. So that's not inside knowledge. that's good coaching, Matt. We'll play 2, lads. Awesome.
Love it. All right, let's see if Kaylan Noyen can make a difference. Once again, the numbers are all matching up. 12 on his shirt, the first substitute. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I believe the numbers aren't totally accurate based on the fact that number 8's a large, which Manny Achol has to wear, and number 10 is a small, which Henry Hamilton has to wear. So not quite perfect. That's not Premier League issues, is it, that one?
That's Masters Football League issues, I can tell you that. The race for the extra large shirts at the start of a Masters game is like nothing you've ever seen.
Yeah,
only matched by the race to the bar afterwards.
I did ask Henry Hamilton about the pressure of wearing the number 10 the other day. He said it's better than wearing the 8 because I'd be sailing. Fair enough, mate.
Oh, brilliant stuff. All 3 results still on the table here. I'd love to see the Phoenix find a goal here and set us up for a bit of a grandstand finish. Cash Tech, as you've said a couple of times, Jesse, no, they have to win this one. It would take them to 6 points. Western Suburbs have gone to 6 points today. Olympic and Miramar both have 7, so if Cashmere were to win this game, they'd be on 6 as well. So 4 teams would still really be in contention for those top 2 spots with 2 rounds to play.
Yeah, and it is quite a formation shape, I think, here from the Phoenix. It was, as we said, a 4-2-3-1 in the first half, and now with the introduction of 2 number 9s, it's a diamond midfield with Hamilton at the base, and then Beale and Toomey on either side, and Achol playing as a number 10. So Manny hasn't moved, just another player added ahead of him and another taken away from behind him.
Coughlin, and sprinting back was the new man, Nguyen, and he's got a yellow card early in his involvement here as he tracked back to try and add energy in a defensive sense. So Kayla Nguyen ends up in the notebook and jogs back to halfway.
Works part-time at Deliver Easy, Kayla Nguyen, and I don't think Calvin Berg will deliver an easier yellow card than that one.
A chance now for Cashmere Tech to set up a set-piece situation. Thought Lyle Matheson might like the look of this one, but he's going to leave it to either Coughlin or Tongue.
Yeah, Luke Tongue's range this. Probably a little bit far out for Matheson with the wind as well to get the power, and Tongue, in technical terms, loves to just smash it as hard as he can, somewhere towards the top corner. He'll look to use the lace of his boots, try and get a little bit of wobble on it and see if it finds the top corner. Coughlin's standing over it as well. He's a threat from anywhere, Gavin Coughlin.
5-man wall set up for the Phoenix, which Matheson has joined just to be a nuisance more than anything. Let's see who it is. It is Coughlin, all the way along the ground, pushed aside by Gray, and behind it goes from Sermon. Well, it was Coughlin, and as you say, whenever there's a dead ball and he's in and around it, there is danger, and there was a good save by Gray.
Well, ironically, we were debating the having a man lying behind the wall this week in the office, which you do see often, and the Phoenix have chosen to do that, which we all agree was probably the right way, and he finds a way underneath the wall there, Coughlin, so perhaps a changed week, that one. That corner flag suggesting the wind is playing its part on this game.
Yeah, it's battling all right, isn't it? As Taguchi delivers, it's good too, from under the crossbar from a Phoenix defender, and wonder whether that had gone out and come back in again. Is it going to be a goal kick?
If he's kicked that out and it's back in this win, then that deserves a mention at least. That's a pretty impressive effort from Taguchi.
"24 minutes plus stoppages here to travel at Fraser Park. Tightly contested battle, this one. Cashmere Tech's game management well and true to the fore. It'll be interesting to see how they try to manage the final quarter of this game.
I think the Bull Kids will have the work cut out for them over these last 20-25 minutes. I think if this game is being played in Christchurch, Cashmere Technical would have sent the Bull Kids home by now. One match ball left and play on from there.
Nguyen driving into the area, across it goes. Van Hadam trying to get it out from under his feet, trying to poke it in, gets 2 or 3 goes at it before Field lashes it away. Good incisive play from Kayla Nguyen. Van Hadam unable to get the contact on it he was after.
Yeah, excellent defending again in and around their 18-yard box from Tom Schwartz and Sam Field that time. Just blocking the shot. Van Hadam couldn't create space for himself to shoot, even in the form he's in. So yeah, again, excellent defending from Cashmere Technical, protecting that lead for all it's worth.
That one's gone out on the far side. It'll be a Cashmere Tech throw.
See a replay here, and it's actually Fraser Angus who gets his in there as well and just disrupts Van Hadam, doesn't let him get a clean strike. A yellow gets to Lyle Matheson for, I'm going to assume that's time wasting.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of time still to go, so it's an interesting one. But yep, Matheson, he's got the ball now towards the far post, but big for Taguchi, and I don't think, quick as he is across the turf, was going to drag that one in.
You know, I can't imagine Lyle said anything, so it must have been for too much time with the throw in, I think, that yellow card.
Yeah, I've seen Kelvin Berg in the first half was telling Luke to hurry up a couple of times on throw-in, so maybe he's just lost patience with the whole thing.
Hey, there's a man who's read Cashmere Technical a few times, Piney. Not going to say it's a hallmark of it, but they do know how to manage the closing stages, that's for sure. I'd like to see the Phoenix try and push the fullbacks a little high here. Supik, especially playing with the diamond midfield, it does lack width, which means it's going to be hard to pull Cashmere Technical out of the middle. So you see Chiari here taking the ball, but he could take that ball 10-15 yards higher at the park, and same as it comes across to Supik. Try and get himself a little higher and pull Tyndall out of the line so they can then smash the middle.
Just a couple of walls of blue and white for the Phoenix to try and find their way through. But looking for Chiari on the far side. He has it. How's the delivery? Can't beat man Field. Puts that big right boot to good use. But it will be a throw.
Yeah, exactly what we talked about. Just try and find the fullbacks higher up the pitch. And in these conditions, ball into the box could create something. It doesn't need to be perfectly accurate, but it does need to get into the box and try and ask the defenders some questions. I think Chiari and Supik can do a little more of that as the game goes on.
I guess as far as the conditions are concerned, Chiari's perhaps the likely to whip across and with the wind behind him on that side. But you're right, I think if Supik plays 10 to 15 yards higher, he puts down into Tyndall's mind as you outlined and just changes the dynamic a little bit.
Takes the threat of Tyndall away on the counter-attack as well, and Matheson on the other side. If you can step those fullbacks higher, they have to track, and they will track because Tom Schwartz will ask them to track deeper. And then when Cashmere Technical win the ball, they've only got one man forward, whereas at the moment, with deep fullbacks, even though the Phoenix have more players in that area of the pitch, does invite a counter-attack from Cashmere Technical purely because the wingers are so high.
Lorenz stepping forward for the Phoenix. Beale. A Chol can't quite get it. Storer makes sure that doesn't go any further. Puts the big left boot behind it. Another sub coming for Cashmere Tech by the looks of it.
Yeah, JJ Richards stripped and ready to go. Another member of this team who's ex-Coastal Spirit, also ex-FC 2011, and former New Zealand futsal wide as well, JJ Richards.
Toomey, the latch on to a pass from Nguyen. Supik is there with him. Toomey goes alone towards the far post, and Field was able to let that one drift harmlessly by after Van Haddam couldn't get on the end of it. Here is that change.
There's the little things here from Cashmere Technical. Danny Knight not looking for a ball for his goal kick. He's going to talk to Tung and just use up a little bit of time. The change is made. Tyndall's come off.
And here comes Jacob Richards, JJ, as he's done. Heavily strapped left knee for some reason, Jesse.
Yeah, not sure what that's all about. He tells me he's going to get it checked out once the season's over. It's fair enough, I suppose.
Early chance for involvement as Schwartz finds him. He keeps it in, but can't find a teammate. High press again from Angus this time. Uncompromising challenge on Hamilton. Not sure there are too many who come out in a good shape after a challenge from Angus. And in fact, just as I say that, he's gone through Hamilton and earned himself a yellow ticket.
Well, if you talk to Albie Allen, the groundsman at Park, he would tell you that Fraser Angus is what he terms a panel beater, and this challenge is a panel challenge on Henry Hamilton. He's taken the ball and the rest, and well-earned yellow card. I don't think he'll be paying the fine for that one, though, something tells me. Coaches tend to like those ones.
Yep. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I think Ernie Merrick used to use that phrase as well. He said every team needs its... Oh, just hold that thought as Van Haddam tries to bring that one down. Ernie Merrick said that every team needs its panel beaters, and he talked about Ben Sigmund in that regard too. You know?
Vince Lee and Manny Muscat
exactly.
got a few mentions in the panel beaters club.
That's it. Phoenix continue to press. Nguyen can't quite get away from Storer. Falls to Toomey though. A Chol. A little nutmeg there from Taguchi.
Just interesting to note as Tech build the play here on the far side, Dan Schwartz talking an in-depth conversation with the substitute Declan Tinder, who was brought off. Just relaying some information he's seen of the game. His tongue goes in the book for one of the most Luke Tongue things I've seen on a football pitch today.
They want to take it quickly, but referee Kelvin Berg wants it taken from the correct spot, and I think he wants to make sure he gets the right name and the number. The name is Tongue, the number is 32, he's in the book.
Yeah, so it's 2 yellow cards in the last 2 minutes from Cashmere Technical, so it's something for them just to take on board, avoid those as much as they do want to slow the Phoenix down and take away the speed of the game. You know, you can't have too many players on yellow card trouble either in this league in these conditions with the speed that the Phoenix do play. So something for Tom Schwartz just organised with his troops.
Toomey couldn't get it away with Angus again stepping in. G's been good. I've really enjoyed watching Fraser Angus today. He's a key part of this team. Foul perhaps on Beale, but Toomey gets the shot away and tipped around the post by Danny Knight. Not sure it's going in, but Danny Knight no chances tipping it round for a corner.
Yeah, mate, no bones of that. This is a world-class night. That ball just skidding, and I think that is going in, and just skidding off the surface, and Knight gets a goal so quickly. And a brilliant tip around the post from the Cashmere Technical custodian.
Defending to do now with the corner coming in off the head of Angus and away to safety. They'll stay forward though for the throw. Lewis Toomey becoming more and more prominent as the game's gone on into a shoal. Can't quite get that little flick header. Sermon's still there. Charlie Beale. Hamilton. And they'll build out towards the right. Chiari with the cross. It's a good one too. And the header from Sermon. Wide. Well, he got a good look at it. Finn Cern rose high above Schwartz. Defeated the post. Good little period of pressure from...
Well, there it is again. Fullback getting a ball into the box. And in these conditions, you've seen times in that moment. The ball going up in the air. Hard to clear. Swirling in the wind, and that's a brilliant ball carry that time, finding his defensive partner Sermon, who just couldn't direct his header goalwards.
Another change coming for the Wellington Phoenix, and it'll come now with Jackson Manuel into the action for Manny Achol, who comes across this side to save a bit of time. Doesn't seem particularly enamoured with it.
Yeah, well, Jackson will come on and play a little bit deeper than Manny Achol. So it looks like Hamilton moved almost from the base of the diamond to the top of the diamond. See how that plays out.
Into the final 15 minutes here, sorry Jess.
Just going to say, Achol probably didn't impact the game as he'd hoped today, although a couple of nice wee flick-ons is, but not his best day unfortunately for Manny.
There's Jacob Richards looking to battle both the feet and the elements. Can't get across in.
It's certainly the tougher end of the ground to play when it is windy as it is now. Jacob Richards just struggling to get that box. The wind is blowing right across the pitch now.
Cashmere Tech starting a lead that, if they can do it successfully, would keep them well and truly in contention for a final place here. Here's Fraser Angus lining up the shot, always looking wide actually, and I'm not sure Gray had to get a touch on that. That'll be going wide from our angle, Jesse.
Yeah, poor mistake there from Daniel. First pass he's played, gives the ball away, or gives a tough pass back to Sermon, who gives the ball. I think Chris Greenacre just reminding Jackson Manuel that's his job, is to come on and be secure in possession, and at least to a shot which, although not threatening the goal, Henry Gray felt he did need to push around the post. So Jackson Manuel got to get up to the speed of the game quickly off the bench.
Here's Luke Tongue at a run. He seemed pretty keen to get it. The shot, perhaps one he would reconsider given a second opportunity. Phoenix want to get going quickly. His time is now becoming a bit of an end for them. That's better from Manuel.
Yeah, just struggling to get out of this sort of area of the pitch now. The Phoenix, Cashmere Technical very well set up. Corey Mitchell there stepping out to try and press Manuel, and again, you'll see this for the remainder of the game. Really good organised defensive structure Cashmere have put together, and asking the Phoenix to break them down, which is easier said than done.
I'll keep giving it a crack though. Shifting from left to right, Toomey dropping nice and deep to get this one. Beale flicking it over the head of a defender. Breaks down though, and the midfield battles continue.
Yeah, just looking at the bench for the Wellington Phoenix, 2 players, well, obviously a goalkeeper remaining, but 2 players they can use. Noah Karunaratne is a number 10 attacking player, good dribbler, but for me, Lucas Kelly-Heald, although he is a left back or defender, 6'7", and scored a couple of headed goals this year, so maybe he's the option in these conditions instead of Noah Karunaratne, to bring on Lucas Kelly-Heald, not necessarily in a forward position, but at chances like this from the corner, he is much taller than anyone else on the pitch.
Hamilton drills it in, the flick off the head of Tongue that time, and it comes all the way over this side for a Wellington Phoenix throw.
Whereas Cashmere Technical only really have Kean Donkers as the only realistic sub that they'll make. Dan Terrace is on the team sheet, but he's not stripped to play, and Harrison Rowe is the reserve goalkeeper, although he'd back himself to come on and play anywhere, Harry Rowe. But Kean Donkers is a young striker, so I'm not sure we'll see him come on today.
Yeah, it might just be that we see Cashmere Tech manage it with this team on the field. Shot from Toomey was rather ambitious. Schwartz has it taken off him by Nguyen. Still there for the Phoenix if they want it, but hacked away by Corey Mitchell.
Foul by Richards, but again the Phoenix really struggling to break Cashmere Technical down through the centre of the pitch. If you use that back four as a reference, they are so tight and narrow, not really going outside the line of the goal box. It's just so difficult to break them down in that area.
Yeah, it's very much a 4-5-1 without the ball, or it looks that way with that line of 4, then that line of 5, just shuffling back and forth, and as you say, Jesse, it's just so hard to penetrate.
And Corey Mitchell doing a great job of making sure that they do keep pressure on the ball. It's not just a deep static block, but they are trying to force the Phoenix into playing quickly, which plays into Cashmere Technical's strengths.
Hamilton, he's got Supik out here if he wants him, but gets a return pass, and then the shot from Hamilton. Not quite the purchase he was after. Little 1-2 with Lewis Toomey. The intent is there, the execution not quite so much as we enter the final 10 minutes of regulation time at Lower Hutt. It's been a blustery, cold old afternoon. The Cashmere Tech will be extremely happy if they can get out of Dodge with all 3 points, and they'll, I think, on the weight of things anyway, probably feel they deserve it. Plenty of time though for the Phoenix to have a say.
Danny and I aiming that goal kick out to JJ Richards, who's comfortably the shortest man on the field, out for a throw-in. But yeah, I mean, this is a massive result for Cashmere Technical. It keeps them in the hunt for finals football. Their final 2 games are Miramar Rangers next week at home at English Park, and then they travel back to Wellington to play Wellington Olympic, I believe, although that game might be in Christchurch as well. So it's all in their hands if they can get a result here. There's 6 points on offer, and if they take those 6 points, then they're odds-on favourite for the final.
Here's Toomey blasting through the centre circle, looking to play a ball forward for Van Hatten, but Storr a good position there. Good experience from Andrew Storer there. He tracked Van Hatten all the way and then got his body in the right place. Van Hatten unable to get the ball without fouling him, which he didn't. Ran safely through to Danny Knight. Of course, a loss for the Wellington Phoenix would put paid to their chances of playing in the final. Be a 3rd successive defeat for them. They've certainly contributed today, there's no 2 ways about that, but their goal scoring, which has been good in the first couple, hasn't been on show today. Not yet anyway. Couple of chances.
Yeah, just half chances more than anything, isn't it, Piney? The Cashmere Technical defenders so well organised when the Phoenix do get a chance that I can't really think of any clear goal scoring opportunities that they've missed.
Here's Supik. Richard just pushed him wide and nowhere to go really for Adam Supik. Composed play from Tongue to pass that one out. Takuchi's told to run with it out of the defensive third. He does it competently enough. Richardson, Matheson not on the same wavelength that time.
Starting to see a few tired legs now on this Phoenix team. Struggling to get pressure on the ball when Cashmere Technical do win it and clear it with ease. A lot of hard running gone into this game in tricky conditions, and when you don't have a goal to show for it, it does seem to accelerate the cramps and the soreness and the tiredness.
So Garvin Coughlin's first half penalty, the key moment in this game so far. The Wellington Phoenix had very confident shouts for a penalty of their own turned down by referee Kelvin Berg.
Yeah, two big moments in the game. I'd love to see a replay of the Tom Schwartz penalty that was given for Cashmere Technical, and I've seen enough replays of the Phoenix shout to know my opinion, but yeah, two big moments in the game.
Here is Coughlin, the goal scorer, still running, 84 minutes deep into this one. On the ball again. Manuel does well to get it off him. At a bit of a personal cost by the looks of things. He's just jogging rather gingerly, back into full stride now though. But a keep ball now for Cashmere Tech as they look to take us of those tired legs for the Phoenix, but they've given the ball up. It's Van Haddam into the ball. Oscar Van Haddam shot from a long way out. Danny Knight wasn't sure, had to go. Pushed it behind. He's angled himself. He couldn't hold on to it. But again, they're banging on the door, the Wellington Phoenix, as we enter the finals.
Yeah, chance for Oscar Van Haddam. Got the running over Schwartz, and almost a fortune from range.
Delivery in. Beale's going to keep it in. Hooks it back into the penalty area, away by Schwartz. Plenty of men still forward for the Phoenix.
It's a lovely way to ball from 2 men towards Hamilton on his weaker right foot.
Into the area it goes. It's dropped and it's poked wide. And goal kick is the final adjudication. Well, Danny Knight and Andrew Storer came together there. Confusion not capitalised upon.
Yeah, great opportunity. Wonderful ball from Hamilton to the near post, and Knight and Storer coming together, and in the end Marco Lorenz with the chance to put it away. It wasn't his natural forte scoring goals, but just putting it wide of the near post. Opportunity, that one for the Wellington Phoenix, and again it's a wide cross that creates that chance as Noah Karuna at the end game for Joe Chiari. It looks like the Phoenix will go to a back three. Lorenz, Sermon and Tick, and Noah will step into a front three. So diamond three for the Phoenix to finish.
Can they finish with a flourish? Can they find an equaliser? They nearly did then. And as you say, it was the rather unlikely source of Lorenz who was at the heart of it. Rare misstep by Knight and goal for Cashmere Tech. He's been rock solid for the most part.
Yeah, see if this change just causes a lapse from the Cashmere Technical defender. Hamilton gets the beating of field on this occasion. Deceptively quick Henry Hamilton.
It was a great ball far side, wasn't it, that led to that chance being created. He's buzzed well today, Henry Hamilton. Back to the US, I understand, soon to play in for Matten, I understand. The Maryland experience not working out for him, but Hamilton off to Manhattan soon.
Yeah, opportunity for him to go and join a few other ex-Phoenix players, like some Noah Boyce and Harry Bark over there as well. As we see a replay of that penalty, there definitely were hands from Finn Sermon, Tom Schwartz, and obviously the referees adjudicated that Sermon pulled Schwartzwards, and so yeah, I'll probably accept that as a penalty. Yeah, I won't tell Tom that though.
Yeah, so Schwartz involved in both incidents, the one that was given and the one that was not. The wind really starts to buffet the players here. 2.5 minutes plus stoppages to play. The Phoenix perhaps want to get this one out towards the right and look for a whipped cross in from the likes of Hamilton or maybe someone else out that right hand side. That seems to be the the best way to use these conditions. Final couple of minutes.
Yeah, poor pass that time from Manuel. Just hasn't got into the rhythm of the game since he's arrived, Jackson Manuel. And I suppose now with the change of shape, isn't really a wide player to get the ball into the box from those wide areas. So the Phoenix persisting with trying to play and brew down the middle.
Cashmere Tech perhaps looking for a goal that would really make the point for them. Coughlin's the man into the area, little toenail on it, and a corner. I get the feeling that Cashmere Tech won't. Oh, they are throwing a couple forward. Schwartz and Storer happy to jog up and take part.
Yeah, I think with the quality of the players delivering in terms of Coughlin and Taguchi, you can almost guarantee that they are going to get a good ball into the box. Therefore, I suppose it's worthwhile getting the two centre halves forward and trying to add to the lead. If the corner ever comes in, Piney.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a bit of keep ball on the far side there. Coughlin has actually got away and might now look to set something up. It's going to be another corner as sliding in was Manuel over there. Really heavy gust of wind blowing across Fraser Park now. The worst of the elements right at the end of this game. I think our marquee's going to take off, Jess.
Trying to hold it all together here, Piney. Just like the Cash Tech back four, just keeping things organised. But yeah, this has got truly grim towards the end of this game. In terms of the weather, everyone will be looking forward to a Milo.
Yeah, hot shower for the players. Well, Cashmere Tech will certainly look to close this one out and take all 3 points with them back to Christchurch. Van Hatten wants to have a say on that. Aiming for Beale. Dealt with by Coughlin, who's back now helping out defensively. Eye on the fourth official with the 90 minutes up. We're going to have an extra 3. There you go, the obligatory 3.
As if we knew that was coming. Lorenz clearing the ball forward and Tung sending it back with change.
What if the Phoenix got right at the end of this one? Into added time now. Supik tried to break forward, couldn't, and here's Fraser Angus, who's been excellent this afternoon. Richards shot into a Phoenix defender. No calls for another penalty there. Yeah, but Fraser Angus has been the heartbeat of this Cashmere Tech side. He's done all the hard work, he's beaten some panels, and he's been a key part of earning 3 points, it looks like, for his side.
Yeah, he's earned a wee nightcap and his Air New Zealand lollies on the way home, that's for sure. Fraser Angus has been brilliant in the midfield today. Tung takes that throw in, nice and long, just taking up more time.
Taguchi will soak up some more seconds, he and Matheson together, although they could fashion something here. Nobody ready to aim for at the moment. Now there is, it's Coughlin, and he scuffs his shot.
Yeah, unusual for Garvin. Normally has to find a cleaner contact than that. As the Phoenix almost into one last hurrah territory now as they slam it forward to Schwartz.
All the loose balls seem to be finding their way to the feet of Cashmere Tech players, and they've got a free kick here which will soak up some more seconds, of which there are around 90 to go in this contest. It's been a willing battle. The Phoenix have certainly contributed, but haven't managed to trouble the scorers. Garvin Coughlin's been a constant thorn in their side in the attacking third, and continues to be as he draws another foul late in the game.
Yeah, excellent turn from Coughlin, just using his experience, winding down the clock, takes the foul. I think it's Charlie Beale again who's given the foul away. No, it might be Louis Toomey. No, it is Charlie Beale, so 2 fouls for him in the last few moments. And yeah, Cashmere Technical just using up the time as best they can. Corner kick here.
Yeah, the ball's absolutely in the right part of the pitch as far as Cashmere Technical are concerned. They'll no doubt run down as slowly as they can the final stages of this match. Kelvin Berg tells them to get on with it.
Steve Coleman trying to instruct his players to step higher, so it needs so many defenders back there. He's saying get more players forward. And then Richards with the foul there. So here's an opportunity. If they did have put more players forward, they could have played quickly, but because they're so deep, they have to play out from the back again. Not necessarily have time for that this period of the game.
One final chance perhaps for the Wellington Phoenix to earn something from this game. trying to pass their way out from the back, but it's a foul by Van Haddam on the excellent Fraser Angus, and that might just about be that as we tick past 3 extra minutes in this one, which we were told was the minimum that would be added. And that is all she wrote at Rico Sports Centre at Fraser Park. Cashmere Tech have come to town and take all 3 points courtesy of a Garvin Coughlin penalty in the first half. The Phoenix reserves had a very confident shout for a penalty of their own, turned down the second period, but Cashmere Tech with a vital 3 points, which keeps them in the race for finals football in this South Central series. They've won it 1-0 here at Fraser Park. Final thoughts, Jesse, before we get this wind and this rain?
Yeah, massive win for Cashmere Technical, keeps them alive and gives them something to play for in the last 2 games. And for the Phoenix, another loss by the odd goal, and they'll be impressed with their efforts in terms of keeping Cashmere Technical to a clean sheet from open play and only conceding the penalty, but a little bit to work on. Obviously away in Christchurch next week against Selwyn, which should be a doozy, so look forward to seeing that one.
Great to have you along with expert analysis this afternoon, Jesse. Really enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it at home as well. The players will certainly enjoy a warm shower and, as we've said before, a nice cup of Milo to warm themselves up. Garvin Coughlin's penalty has won it. Next week we've got Selwyn United against the Wellington Phoenix, the game that Jesse just mentioned. Wellington Olympic against Western Suburbs in a Wellington derby, and then Cashmere Tech against Miramar Rangers. What a cracker that'll be from English Park in Christchurch next Sunday. All 3 games for you on Sky Sport Next. We'll leave you here from Fraser Park in Lower Hutt. Cashmere Technical have got the points. They've beaten the Wellington Phoenix by a goal to 0.